EOM Business Network. So much for one broadcast.
Hello everyone, it's another beautiful day and thank you very much for joining us. You're watching the EOM Business Network, indeed the voice of corporate Nigeria. I am Olorogo Elkanah Mawari. Today on the program, we shall be taking a look at the Nigerian economy from the viewpoint of industry operators. Also on the lineup is Let's Talk, and our focus is on BLAKSKILL Limited and IAF SAWII Limited. On Spot On, we shall continue our conversation with a quintessential gentleman, experienced business development and analytics manager, certified fraud examiner, vision-driven entrepreneurial expert and industry captain, Oladimeji Peters, who is the managing director and chief executive officer of First Central Credit Bureau Limited, the first licensed, truly independent, ISO-certified credit intelligence firm in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024. And on the face-to-face is a highly experienced automobile project manager, corporate strategist, goal-getting entrepreneur and industry captain, Shola Adigun, who is the managing director of KALOHA Nigeria Limited, one of the fastest growing, tested and trusted automobile marketing firms in the world, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024. It's a package you'll love to watch. Sit back as we bring you the details. Season's greetings from EOM Business Network on SILVERBIRD television. From all of us, this is wishing you a fun-filled Christmas and a blessed, happy. Signed, Olorogo Elkanah Mawari, Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, EOM Communications Limited. Limited to join 100 CEOs in Nigeria as top CEOs in Nigeria for 2024. Dr. Raymond Sheyi Akintari.
Thank you, EOM Business Network. I'm highly humbled because when you are performing and when you are doing things, you don't know people watch you, you don't know people taking interest in what you're doing. So we appreciate this. When I got this letter, so I don't know, how do you know about your research? What are the criteria, what are the things you look at? Get into this, but I feel honored tonight that you are seeing what we are trying to achieve. This is just the beginning of the journey. I can show you that. So I dedicate this award to the board of directors, to the management and staff of CABOTA Limited and the subsidiaries.
Olugbenga Omojola, an executive coach, vision-driven entrepreneur, certified business management expert and industry captain, is the founder and chief executive officer of BLAKSKILL Limited, a fast-growing, cutting-edge talent identification, incubation, acquisition, and verification firm in Nigeria.
To be successful, what it takes to be successful in a business environment like Nigeria? Well, first and foremost, I'd say it's the drive to succeed. And I would imagine that would actually count for everywhere in the world, really. you must have the drive and passion to actually want to succeed at what you do. And quickly, I'd like to also add that you must have a passion to solve a notable or unidentified problem. If the passion is to solve a problem you've identified societally, and then there's a drive, there's a will to ensure that is achieved, I think those are very primary and critical to succeeding in any business environment, including, especially Nigeria, I'd say. I've been in the talent management space for quite a while now, way even before BLAKSKILL, the concept of BLAKSKILL evolved. But then, just as you would know, the world is progressing significantly into the space where technology drives literally everything. So talent management is also being driven by technology increasingly. As a matter of fact, I read recently a report from Bill Gates, I think it was just a couple of days ago, where he mentioned that in the next 3 years, from projections and research that have been done, by the next 3 years, Africa would have fully onboarded and taken on artificial intelligence across all sectors. I mean, not 100%, but the growth and the acceptance would have been so great. Now, that tells us that literally every human endeavor will be driven by technology, if not even been driven yet. So we conceptualized BLAKSKILL to drive the talent acquisition and visibility, with technology, with a digital solution that meets the needs of, global talent market players.
Michael Alassa is the Chief Operating Officer of BLAKSKILL Limited.
With BLAKSKILL having this big picture of being able to mitigate the issues around employability, definitely operations have a huge role to play. And if we are looking at operations, there are many things that we need to look into place. So for me, of course, part of my major key agenda is operation strategy. How can we actually align internal processes, our workflow, being able to align with the objective of the business, the mission and the vision. There are other things we can look into, like technology integration, being able to collaborate with the tech team, and of course the product management, understanding the customers, the users, on the other hand, and being able to, scale through and see that we are actually providing solutions. There are other things we can also talk about our process efficiency. Of course, we have to make sure that our processes are optimized from time to time, because if internally we can't actually handle that, then how are we going to meet up with the expectations out there? So there are lots we do internally, like quality control, quality assurance. I also make sure I look into that, like our process, our products. I mean, the technology that we're actually using. We make sure that from time to time the quality is actually top-notch. And of course, internally, I have to look through the people that we have actually employed to carry out these tasks in terms of KPIs. Are they meeting up to the expectations and the likes? And another thing I would also like to talk about is our scalability. So definitely in terms of growth, we are gradually expanding from Nigeria to other countries, which I would not like to mention. But of course, as year 2024 comes in, we are going to definitely show forth. So there's a lot of role that I play in, and of course I support the CEO definitely and the board, being able to drive the internal operations and of course external operations, because we're having other offices outside Africa and being able to see that they are meeting up to the expectations.
Additional Babatunde is the tech team lead of BLAKSKILL Limited.
The future of technology in Nigeria is to actually enhance lives, to improve the life and businesses. As we all know, using the traditional means actually make life more tedious for everyone. But with the use of technology, life becomes easier, seamless, and you have a sweeter experience. As you all can see, before in the olden days, it's actually difficult for you to contact someone. So most times you have to actually do that via sending letters, which might take about 2-3 months before the person actually. But with the use of technology these days, you can actually contact someone seamlessly within a few seconds.
Welcome to BLAKSKILL, your global access to verified talents.
I came across BLAKSKILL online and I took a bold step to download the app. I signed up and I completed my profile, uploaded my CV and my certificate. And in no time, I was shortlisted for an interview. And right now, I am a product designer. So I will encourage you also to go online, to download the BLAKSKILL app on your mobile phone and sign up, complete your profile, upload your CV, and upload your certificates. And in no time, I can assure you that you can be shortlisted.
Daniel Aliyi, a young certified software engineer, astute entrepreneur, and emerging industry captain, is the founder and chief executive officer of IAF SAWII Limited, a fast-growing ICT company in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024.
Sure, we've achieved a great deal of them. Of course, one thing about any innovative company is you have to keep pushing the boundaries. So let's say you have plans to hit a particular milestone. Once you hit it, you won't stop. You have to keep pushing. So we've hit the initial goal, but what we've started doing now is to keep pushing that. So pushing that means, okay, how can we scale beyond just secondary school? Because initially our goal was secondary school and primary. So now we are looking at beyond that. So we've started looking into law bar exams. We've started looking at how we can help or provide educational materials for those writing IJMB, JUPEB, professional exams like ICANN. So our goal is to scale that to professional exams and other exams that beyond secondary school. So the adoption rate has been very good. So roughly, we've impacted over 1 million students. So when I say impact, we've had over 1 million students used our product. So that's what I mean by that. But of course, business has two sides. We have the usage and the sales. So in terms of sales, we yearly sell about 60,000 copies, at least 16,000 copies. So what that means is, the way our product design is, more than one user can use one of our products. So if you have it installed on a system, it runs offline. So what that means is, you can have a lot of people sharing that same system, make use of it. We have schools where they install it on 200 systems, and all students in that school, they make use of that a PC, and it means a system may be serving 5-10 people. We have cafes too that happen to be our customers. They install like 10 and they may have 100 to 500 people using it within a space of 1 year. So the usage is way over 1 million, but yearly sales obviously is about 60,000 copy. Now it may look a little bit small or large, but it's large if you compare to other industry. Like in the fintech industry, if you check the active user, paid users or active users, is within a range of 20,000 to. So in our own space, we are making a whole lot of difference. But the difference between our industry and the fintech is, a user is a power user. So if you have a user in the fintech, you may have a whole lot of revenue from them. But in the edutech, you are making a difference and you're also making money. So you're trying not to be focused excessively on generative revenue. So in our industry, you end up charging less for a massive value. So because people believe that you are touching lives, you should be considerate. You are also, it's like a social tech industry. So you have to factor that in. Otherwise, you won't really go far, because most of the people that will benefit from your product, they are those that are from homes that are not well to do. And if you limit your sales to just the rich, you have limited impact. So that's it. But the growth rate is growing up. We hope to go way beyond 100,000 sales this year based on our trajectory. Our product name is actually known as Test Driller. So test driller is a name for a suite of products designed for those that are sitting for major exams in Nigeria. So we have products for those sitting for UTME, we have products for those sitting for the SSC or the WAS, then we have products for those sitting for ICANN and so on and so forth. So, but the way we design our product is this: we design it to be tailored to each of the exams. So it's not like a super app. So what that means is, when you install for UTM, you just have UTME content. So you are not going to see other content that are irrelevant to you.
My name is Umekamsiyachukwunke. In this year, 2023, the 139 students from Deeper Life High School Mowe, which is my school, took the UTME, and 46 of us came out with 300 and above out of 400 marks in total. I'm just honored to be the top scorer, and I'm grateful to the test driller team for presenting me with this gift of 100,000 naira. If you're a Jambite, this test driller app is for you.
Oladimeji Peters, a quintessential gentleman, experienced business development and analytics manager, certified fraud examiner, astute entrepreneurial expert and industry captain, is the managing director and chief executive officer of FIRSTCRETRAL Credit Bureau Limited, the first licensed, truly independent, ISO certified credit intelligence firm in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024.
Well, we're looking out for everybody. Sadly, no one is looking out for us. We're trying to look out for the lender who has given their money to a customer they know or don't know. We're trying to look out for the customers or the borrowers who also take money from the lenders, because in some cases, you can have a lenders that are predatory. You would have a lender that can use very ridiculous interest rates, and we'll come to that maybe sometime later, subsequently. The predatory lending is in fact the concept of, using your own information or your own experience in a way manner that is not necessarily beneficial. You can have a case where someone has borrowed a loan, say, let's just repeat numbers, say at 5%. Now, when there is a recurrence, when there is a readjustment of interest rates, let's say the interest rate goes to 10%, that would automatically apply to an existing, in some cases, in fact, in most cases, to an existing a loan that was actually taken at 5%, and it is done automatically without recourse to the customer in one case, and that's just one of the slightest cases. In some cases, you have banks or financial systems who will make provision for overdraft. Let's say we have someone in our crew who has, for instance, finished their youth service corps, and at the time when they finished the youth service, took the allowance, which the federal government paid, of 10,000 naira from the system, and that was the last allowance that was paid into the system. Now, at the time when they took that money, the bank is simply going to say, okay, 19,000 or 10,000, you can have your money. But the person might have made the mistake of withdrawing to the last zero. What the bank simply does in some cases is they throw in some charges, SMS alerts, in some cases, those names stand. Something goes in. Now, maybe it's 5 naira, it's 10 naira, it doesn't matter. Over the years, that money would have its own multiplier effect. And then it sits in the book of a bank as a loan, sadly, in some cases, which constitute no less than 10% of the cases of overdraft in Nigeria. And the banks, in some cases, don't make provision for it. They don't move it into a separate ledger. It just sits there. Now, the man walks into some financial institution someday, or I say, I want to take a loan. They say, no, you are owing way back from your NYC account, something diamond saving, and then they are forced to pay not only the amount, but the adjustment, or should I say the multiplying interest rates, the multiplier effect of that on customers. And in fact, on financing is a bit too taxing in ways that I may not be able to explain in this recap of this. Well, the product is accessible. In fact, by what CBN has done, by the Act and Prudential Guidelines, some customers, at least retail customers and borrowers, are entitled to one free credit report every year. So that alone is sufficient to know with someone, but we encourage people to just, build a weekend for us. But if you now want to subscribe for more services, let's say you want to subscribe for a forward alert system, you want to put a tracking on your own credit ID or your credit personnel in a way that says anything happens on this identity with my name, I want to get an alert, I want to get a beep, I want to know what it is, where, at what time, all of that can then be adjunct services that you may now have to pay major software. But overall, the services are entirely, we almost feel like the philanthropic organizations. I'm happy again that you brought this up. As a first case, like you rightly mentioned, it's either the ID card is not available, in which case it might have been at the point of capturing the data, maybe within the bank system where you say bring in your KYC or your client document, and so the customer is required to bring in some form of identification. Now, the standard would be bringing a driver's license, a national ID card, and if you don't have any of that, then it becomes a case for non-provision.
This is First Central Credit Bureau Limited. Welcome to our world. Central Credit Bureau. Call us now. Shola Adigun, an experienced automobile manager, corporate strategist, goal-getting entrepreneurial expert, and industry captain, is the managing director of KALOHA Nigeria Limited, one of the fastest growing automobile marketing firms in Nigeria, and indeed one of the most distinguished CEOs to look up to in 2024.
The growth has been very sluggish because of the devaluation of currency, the duty, etc., especially on fully built vehicle that is not on used cars. The duty has been very high, and it's affecting purchasing power of everybody. If you look at new car business, about 2012 to 2015, close to about 100,000 being imported to this country every year. But now it's slumped to 13,000 for the new car, which shows that really the business is not so good. But I'm happy the federal government automotive plan 2023, waiting for the approval of National Assembly. It will help assemblers like us to be able to produce, because in the future our factory is going to be CKD, not SKD, completely knocked down. We're going to paint, we are going to weld in our factory, source for local supplier, like battery, tires, and other things we can get locally to make it more affordable. Part of it is we want to move closer to our customers. As earlier mentioned, we are adding new car business. For now, we are doing much of used cars, premium used cars, and looking at the demography in that part of Lagos, in Lekki, a lot of people are middle class, middle upper class, and the ultra high network individual. We decided to have that partnership with him, and one of the strategies of KALOHA is to have such partnership all over the country, all over the major cities in Nigeria. We want to move closer to our customer, rather than them driving long distance to come to our showroom. We want to have partnership and develop Nigerians to Nigerian entrepreneurs. Quality cars backed by premium, excellent after sales, which is very key. And one of the unique selling points for us is the warranty we offer on our used cars. For a new car, we're offering 6 years, 200,000 or 200,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. This is just an end of year promo we are doing. It just will last only for 3 months. You can have, when you buy a car from us, we give you insurance, which we have a partner insurance company. That we do that. The option for trading, if you have a car before you're using, you feel you want to upgrade, we could get that for you. You pay the difference, you pick another one from our inventory. Then we can now, we have a partner dealers that we off-taker from us that we upload those cars to. We don't really sell those ones. We operate in 3 countries. The US is our principal, while we have our advisory in China. Most of our consultant technology, they are based in China, the IT team, and have been able to assist us. Sometimes they give us some training for the locals. We send in expatriates to train some of the locals in area of repairs, body work and painting, so that the cars coming out from our factory will be in excellent condition.
Most of all the things we provide.
So those are the people that look out for us, and we are also looking out for them.
I bring a value, you bring a value. That's what we need to do. So the era of competition, our company pays company, we don't pay individuals.
So every household right now has something to do.
And this is where we bring down the curtains on today's package of the EOM Business Network. Thank you very much for spending your valued time with us. We hope it was worth your while. But just in case you missed out on any aspect of it, then you can come with us to any of our feedback portals, as you can see on the screen. Our deep gratitude to you, our sponsors, for your continued interest and support. Always remember, with you and us, we are champs. Oh yes, I remain Olorogo Elkanah Mowari. Please, let's do this again, same time, same channel next week. We'll see you then.